I am super excited and honored. We all are here to have our next guest. An incredible story and an incredible initiative. Please welcome Jamail Larkins with AviationStart. Jamail, welcome to Oshkosh Live.
And Sean and Ryan, thank you so much for having me today on this
we're so excited to have you.
rainy start to day 3 of Oshkosh.
Indeed.
Well, we call it here Sloshkosh.
Yeah.
So I was digging in dirt, doing a little digging of dirt about you, getting ready for this segment. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand this all started with you playing a video game.
Yes.
Is that correct?
I was a self-proclaimed aviation nerd. I played Microsoft Flight Simulator for hours.
Too growing up, man.
hours.
Remember the old 747 thing? The graphics were terrible.
They're absolutely horrible compared to what they are today.
Yeah.
Completely night and day
the
difference.
kids today are so spoiled with the new
Yeah.
graphics. But
whether it's flight training or Microsoft Flight Simulator, they're both definitely
Yeah.
spoiled today compared to the past.
So you're playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then it's the seed is starting to be planted.
Yeah, so I was doing that for about 2 years, and then I finally got the courage to write on an aviation chat room for some odd reason and asked if anybody had any advice for a 12-year-old kid that wanted to become an airline pilot. Delta Airlines captain wrote me back and told me about the Young Eagles program. I took my first flight, and I was hooked.
That's amazing. So many fun facts and interesting, impressive, awesome facts about you. Jamail made history as one of the youngest American pilots to solo a Cessna 172 at just 14.
wow.
Yeah, so
At 12, you're on chat. You're on a message board,
Yep.
getting in
and then
contact with
2
it.
years later,
It's
I'm
incredible,
up in
man.
Canada, soloing the Cessna 172 at 14.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So looking at your merch, we're here to talk about AviationStart. Want to give you a chance to talk about this amazing platform. Tell us a little bit about that initiative, that project.
So I've been traveling around with the FAA as their ambassador for aviation education since 2005. We've gone to over 1,000 schools all across the country, trying to get more people involved inside the aviation industry. We get a lot of interest. The problem is there's still some big barriers to entry into aviation, one of them being cost. I knew that there was a ton of resources out there, but a lot of people just don't know where to go to find those resources. So I decided that we should create the largest aviation-focused scholarship and grant resource available. So AviationStart.org is just that. We have over $20 million worth of scholarships from all sorts of different organizations. One cool thing that a lot of people don't realize is that most air shows across the country have a scholarship fund. So the money that they make at the gate when they have people come in, a lot of that goes to actual aviation workforce development. So out of the 300 plus air shows across the country, I'd say over 100 plus of them, plus all of the major aviation organizations, whether you're talking about AOPA, EAA, the Commemorative Air Force, a lot of organizations give money. And we now have one place that you can go search for all of the opportunities that are out there and find one that fits you.
So how long has AviationStart been around?
About 3 months, actually.
Oh, yeah?
We
Very
just announced it at Sun and Fun. And so far, we've had over 4,000 people register. It's completely free to be able to get access to the database. You just have to register online to get it. And then you can find these resources that are available. But in 3 months, more than 4,000 people.
Well, it's amazing
Wow.
to think about, where your journey started and how there's certainly a Jamail in that group, right?
Yes.
Who's about to start on
Yeah.
their platform. Have you had a chance to interact with any of these early birds, as it
Yeah,
were?
so we're doing something, obviously the probably easiest way to reach out to the demographic that we're going after is social media. So I'm extremely active on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and getting the chance to actually hear from students that have found out about the aviation outreach programs, as well as start applying for scholarships, has been really cool.
Has there been any, what are the biggest challenges on starting something of this size and scope? I mean, you're talking about $20 million in grants. My wife works in that world. It ain't easy to
Yeah.
write grants and get that level of money. Was it just right partners, right time? Tell us a little bit about that part of the story.
So the good thing is I've been in aviation outreach since I was 16. I was named the national spokesman for EA's Young Eagles program right here at Oshkosh at 16 years old a few years ago. And so I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of the players inside of the industry. So when I went to them and said, we need an easier way for people that want to enter the industry to find the resources or programs available to get their start in aviation, a lot of them came immediately willing to help and get this program off the ground. So it was kind of easy from that standpoint to get people on board to participate and give us the resources as well as all of the scholarship information and things available to make it an accurate database. I don't know if you guys know, just about a month ago, CAE released a report that said some really astonishing figures. Like 83% of all the mechanics that are working today are scheduled to retire within a decade. 83%. That's huge. And we do not have the pipeline to replace all of those people currently scheduled to get back into the aviation industry. So our industry, our community has a really big job of not only getting mechanics, but then also 50% of all the pilots that are going to be inside of the cockpit within the next decade are going to be new. So if we want to transfer that institutional knowledge that is existing inside of this community right now, we need to do a better job of getting more people into the pipeline to fulfill those positions.
Well, I can see this timeline working out for AviationStart as this need is increasing, and your program will then, 10 years from now, we'll look back and say AviationStart was a part of solving that. And such a great point. We were talking to someone yesterday about, you think of aviation industry as being focused on like pilots, certainly, but it's a large, there's a large community of jobs and careers people can have beyond just, being a pilot.
I mean, you look at it, the major employers like Signature Aviation on the FBO side, you look at the FAA for air traffic controllers, you look at all the major airlines, but even outside of the 121 world, we need even more people inside of the business aviation side. So you think there's over 11,000 member companies that actually operate corporate aircraft, and who's going to be able to fly those airplanes in the near future if we don't get more pilots or air traffic controllers, mechanics, and airport operations?
Yeah. Well, Jamail, we're at Oshkosh. I would imagine that this is a place that whether or not you were discovering it at 12 years old and thinking about going to eventually, obviously being here, and not just that, but being an ambassador in such an incredible way. Any particular moments or memories about coming here that stand out to you?
So this year, I used to fly air shows when I was a little bit younger. I flew Christian Eagle 2 on the air show circuit for about 5 years. Thanks to Bose, I had a wonderful opportunity to be able to go rekindle that aerobatic experience with Michael Goulian earlier at the very beginning of the show. Really cool experience, and I'm excited to be able to share that online here shortly.
Awesome. So where's the best place for kids, parents, everybody to find the AviationStart story?
So I'm actually stationed at Bose throughout the week here at AirVenture. So if anybody has any questions about aviation scholarship opportunities, please feel free to come find me at the Bose tent this week.
And the website is aviationstart.org, correct?
AviationStart.org, and you can find over $20 million worth of scholarship opportunities to be able to make your dreams in aviation become a reality.
Jamail Larkins with AviationStart, incredible story. Thank you so much for sharing and being with us on Oshkosh Live. Have a great show, and wishing you continued success, sir.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you very much.